Okay, so let's go ahead and get into a look using this palette. Now, I did order this palette with the intention of using it as part of my Valentine's Day videos that I posted like a week or so ago, but this didn't get to me until after Valentine's Day, so I do understand that the shipping coming from the UK is going to be a little slower than within the US, but I didn't think they were using the same boats Christopher Columbus did to get this to me, so I expected it to get here a little sooner than it did. And I feel like we've done enough like pinky kind of looks right now that I want to try something else. So I'm going to start with some of these deeper shades and use this khaki colored kind of olivey shade to be kind of that like pop lid color. So let's take this, and then I'm going to start with Lingerie first and put that just above the crease. It's kind of a mid-toned caramel nude color. These do definitely get a little bit of kick up, similar to the Book of Magic palette, which I think I filmed that video and then only like half the footage was salvageable, so I don't think I ended up posting it. Alright, I'm going to go in with Muffin next, which is kind of this rosewood colored shade here in the bottom. And I'm going to place that pretty close overlapping where I had the other shade, because I'm going to smoke everything out with like a deep black color in a minute. Okay, let me pop on a little bit of vanilla in the brow bone, which is just this matte kind of cream shade up here. This palette really spoke to me because it gave me like the same vibes as Modern Renaissance, but instead of being more like subdued, I feel like this is like Modern Renaissance's flamboyant cousin. You know what I mean? Like it's just brighter, bolder, and I'm into that. Okay, so then what I'm gonna do, so then what I'm going to do is go in with Saddle, which is this like dark chocolatey brown. Oh gosh, that's a lot of kick up there. Holy smokes. And I'm going to start kind of creating that shape that I want, which is kind of big and angular here. And you can see that goes a little bit above where my actual crease is. Like you can see there's some light there that I'm ultimately going to be putting a black in that area. Okay, so then I'm going to go in with the black, which is called Ink. And I'm going to go ahead and kind of smoke out this area and make it really deep and dark. And I am getting a little bit of fallout, but that's okay. That's why I do my eyes first. Especially when I want to do like a super intense bold eyeshadow look, I want to make sure that my eyes are done first so that all the stuff can fall down, I can wipe it away, and then we're still good. I'm going to go in with some NYX glitter glue and put that on next over the lid, and then top it with that khaki green olivey kind of shade. That looks so pretty. And I'm going to smoke out a little extra black over here. Just so it kind of meets and balances, but that's kind of what we're working with here. I'm going to go do the same thing on the other side. So that's what I'm doing for the upper part of the lashes. Let me go ahead and get some foundation and concealer on, and then we're also going to be playing with a little bit of the Pure and Barbie collab, so that'll be coming up next. Okay, so now that I have foundation and concealer on, let's go ahead and go back into the palette so that I can finish out the lower part of the eye look. And I think for the lower part of the eye look, I'm still going to make use of those same three, like kind of tan brown, a deep brown, and black. So I definitely took the lower lash line a lot lower than what I wanted to, but I think once I put some lashes and black liner, that I think this will look like dramatic but a little bit more balanced. So let's do that next. Okay guys, so now that I have the lashes on, I kind of think that the look is a little bit more balanced. I know it's like super heavy, smoky, whatever, but I actually kind of like it. And I think it's cool that you can do something a little bit more like not just straight pink with this palette. I do think that these colors are really nice. They do blend out really nicely. The mattes do kick up a lot, but these shimmers are super like buttery, kind of like Juvia's Place shimmers. So if you like that type of formula, I think you would really enjoy this formula for shimmers as well. So with that being said, that's in the bag. Let's talk about the stuff that I got from Pure. So I thought that the Pure and Barbie, the first collab, was like just okay, and then when they released the second one, I was like, okay, that's cute. And they released this brush set. So they released this little brush set, and it comes in this cute little brush roll thing with like a clear top. That's just fine. But I thought these brushes were adorable. There you go. You can see the cute little bow ties on them. That is so cute. So I really wanted these, and I think the original price for these was like $48, and I was like, okay, $48 for 5 brushes that I technically don't need because I have about 7 million brushes. I was like, Heather, get your life together. So I ended up not picking them up. However, then Pure had a sale where everything was 50% off, and I was like, okay, so that makes the 5 brushes $24, roughly $5 a piece. That's like the same as a ColourPop brush, right? So there's like 2 kind of like shader domed brushes, a smaller highlighter brush, more of like a blush brush, and then they have like a little brow or liner brush. Let me bring it out so you can actually see it. So yeah, so they had this sale. It brought everything to half off, and I was like, okay. And then of course, you know me, I am not one to shop a sale without looking for like a promo code that works on top of the sale, right? Because like if I get a little off, I want to get a little more off, right? And I remembered that Robbie Christie did a collab with Pure, and that she had a code that was like 30% off for everything on the website. And I was like, ooh, I wonder if that code still works. So I typed that code in, and it still worked. So I got 50% off plus then another 30% off, which if you know anything about math, you know that's not actually 80% off because it's 30% of the remaining 50%. And you know, you can go check out another channel to learn math. That's not my game. But pretty damn near close. So I ended up picking up the brushes, and then I picked up a couple other things. I picked up the Lit Mist, which is an illuminating setting spray. Mostly because this was so pretty. Like, this was so pretty. I couldn't say no. And all the glitter, like, or glitter, the shimmer, the mica, whatever they have in here, it kind of settles really quick. But you can see it just looks so pretty. Oh my gosh. So yeah, so I picked this up. I picked up one of the lipsticks because I saw that they have this cute little like pop function to open. So the lipsticks look like this, and then they have like the Barbie doll face on the top of them. There you go. And then I think you have to, is it you push the bottom or you push the top? Oh, I'm sorry. So you push the Barbie's like head, and then the bottom like pops out, and you can lift up the bullet. Now I think mine was pushed up just a little bit too far, so the actual like tip of the lipstick got a little smushed, but you can see there's the Pure X Barbie, and on the tip is the Barbie's face again. So I thought that was super cute. So I got that. I picked up a gloss because I'm a gloss junkie and I have no self-control around gloss. And the one that I picked up is called Girl Gloss, and it's like a shimmery white champagne-y gold kind of color, which would work almost over almost anything. And then the last thing that I picked up was the Pure Barbie Malibu Blush palette. And I did already open everything just to make sure it didn't come like shattered or anything. But I thought the packaging on this was so pretty. And when I saw Trixie Mattel using it, I just thought it looked so pretty. All the shades looked really pretty. This like orangey blush, I was just like, ooh, that is like a color I don't have. So I was really intrigued to get it, and I'm really happy with it. Although I will say, I thought this was gonna be bigger. So I think the original price for this was $32, so that would have made it $16 for me. And then with 30% off, that would be like $4.80 off. So it would have been like $11 or $12, I think. And I'm okay with $11 or $12 for this. So for this palette, let me bring it down so you can't see all my mess. I saw you trying to peek. I'm going to go into this orangey shade and then maybe a little bit of this brownie shade because I think that'll look nice with the eye look that I have going. Woo! Pigment, hello! Maybe I won't go in with that brownie shade. Shoot. So I just finished using that kind of peachy blush here, and I'm just going to pop a little bit of that blush onto like the outer, like I just want to deepen this up a little bit and make it really punchy. Like that. Perfect. Okay. So this is like super punchy blush, and I am so here for that. Let me grab some bronzer and some highlighter, and then I will be right back. Okay guys, so I am back. I just put a little bit of bronzer and highlighter. What do you guys think? I do think the blush is like super strong in the back and then lightens as it comes forward, and I think that that looks so nice. It kind of pulls the cheekbones up, gives everything kind of a nice elongated look. I really like it. I know it's really blush heavy, so you may not like quite that much blush on yourself personally, but especially when I'm under the lights, I think this looks awesome. So let's go ahead and use this. I'm so excited for this. And let's see. Oof. Okay, so aside from the kind of weird audio that you get from squeezing the little pouch, I do think that this is nice. It's very refreshing. It's got a very fine mist. The atomizer on this is really nice. I'm not sure that I pick up any kind of like glittery look to the face. I'm just looking in my viewfinder here. I don't see anything. So I think this is nice, and I don't think that that mica or glitter, whatever you want to call it, like I think the shimmer is fine enough that you're not really going to pick it up on the face. Let's go ahead and do the two lip products. Hopefully they go pretty nicely with this. I'm going to have to erase the little Barbie face off the top of this thing. It definitely has like a silky kind of like satin matte texture. I think that it's a really nice finish in general. I think it's a good color. Like for my complexion, I really do like the color. It pulls almost a little bit more cranberry in person than it does on camera. I think on camera it looks definitely more red. But in person it's got more of that like fuchsia cranberry kind of tone to it. But I like it. I think that looks really pretty. Let's do a little bit of gloss now. So it's funny, I was meaning to tell you guys, the Barbies, when I was a kid, I loved Barbies. And there was a time where I was struggling so much with all the little clothes that I was just like, screw this, and I would leave all the Barbies naked all the time because it just was so much easier. Than I could like play and do whatever, and I didn't have to worry about the clothes and finding little shoes and whatever. And there was one time that we were going somewhere, and my mom had a Jeep at the time, and I had taken probably about 20-25 naked Barbies and put them into the seatbelts in the back of her car. So the whole back seat was just a line of naked Barbies, and they were all like buckled into the 3 seatbelts in the back seat. And I had left them there, not really thinking anything of it, and I guess my mom hadn't noticed them when she went to go to work that morning and offered to give one of her coworkers a ride to a meeting that they had to go to. And yeah, so when the coworker came out to get in the car, he saw like all these naked Barbies in the back seat. I don't know if my mom will ever forgive me for that, because that was like one of the funniest things to me. But yeah. Such is the life of a little kid, right? That's the kind of stuff we do. Alright. So of course there's a little bit of transfer from the gloss, like from the lipstick onto the gloss, and that's just fine, but the packaging for the lip gloss is a little tricky. So it's like a spring packaging, and there's this gold button, and you push the gold button and that releases it, but it creates like a lot of tension to actually like put it back together again. And then this does spin, but it doesn't do anything, like it won't come off from spinning. So I guess that makes it really friendly for being in your purse, if this was going to be like your purse gloss, so can't blame them for that. So let's talk about everything new that we tried here and go over what my first impressions and my opinions are. Let's start with the palette. So this is the Beauty Bay New Romantic palette. I believe it's about $20 by the time you get it shipped. I think it's $15 American, and then the shipping is about $5. So I think this is a really pretty color story. I love all the pinks and reds. You've got some really vibrant shades here that I think you can do something with. You've got some really warm tones, you've got some cooler tones, and then you've got a couple of neutrals thrown in that I think can really kind of round out the look and give you something that is neutral with a pop, or you can just go straight for the pop. So I really like this. I'm looking forward to playing some more with it. I'm glad I got to film with it as like a first impression so that I can start wearing it throughout the week and not feel bad that I haven't filmed with it yet. So there's that one. Then the Pure Cosmetic stuff. So I only ended up using this big guy right here for the blush, and I do think that the brushes are nice. They're very soft. Would I have paid $48 for 5 brushes? Absolutely not, because you know, when you have like a collab, especially with content like as expensive as Barbie, you're going to be paying a lot of that money towards the collaborator, which is the Barbie brand. I think Mattel owns Barbie. I don't really know. But anyway, so you're not going to have as much money to invest in the brushes. So I don't think that these brushes are worth the full $48, but to get them for like $18, $19, which is what I got them for after the discounts that I had, I think that's a completely reasonable price. In fact, I feel like it's a bit of a steal, so I was really, really happy to get them. And I do appreciate the little travel case that they come in. Will I necessarily use this everywhere I go? Probably not, because I tend to take tons of brushes everywhere, but it might be good for the space that I film at down here to kind of keep some stuff on the desk. The blush palette. Blush palette, a little smaller than what I was anticipating. I thought it was going to be a little bit bigger, and that's okay. I really like the design of this. I like the embossing that they did for it. I like the color selection, and I think that the colors are more interesting than just like a straight Barbie pink. I think that would have been really kind of disappointing to just have a Barbie pink blush. So I do really like that. I know they did a highlighter as well, but I think the highlighter is not suited for somebody as fair as me, which is totally fine. I actually think it's kind of cool that they chose to do something that would work on maybe a medium skin tone instead of everything working always for a light skin tone. So I'm cool with that, but I did not pick that up for that reason, because I didn't want to just like waste money buying product I couldn't use. But this I was happy with. The setting spray. I think the setting spray is actually really nice. I enjoy the little like squeezy perfume type vibe that it's giving me, and I think when I run out of this setting spray, I'll probably fill another setting spray into this bottle because I just enjoy the aesthetic of it so much. And then the lipstick and the lip gloss. Packaging is super cute. I think the embossing on the lipstick is very cute, although it's worn away at this point because I used it. And that's okay. But I think they did a good job on this. The original lipstick I think was like $20 or $24, and then the gloss I think was $18. So I don't think that these would be worth those full price points, but when they came down to half price and then 30% off of that, I was much more comfortable with that price point. That made it almost like ColourPop prices, so I'm very, very happy with that. Overall, I think everything that I tried out in this video today is something that I'm satisfied with and I'm excited to use again, so that's like a win for me. Let me know down in the comments below. Did you guys pick up any of this Pure stuff? Did you pick up the Beauty Bay New Romance palette or new romantic palette, I guess I should say. And did it get to you before Valentine's Day? Because that was the issue for me. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You can find me on Instagram at Mascaras and Mixers, and I will see you in my next video.